You guys remember NeonBeat? He's an artist that had his first call out post back in 2024. Deme actually made her call out post against him. So this guy is a very big artist. He has about 200k followers. He drew a lot of really big VTubers. So a lot of other big VTubers felt confident into commissioning him, right? They saw that he worked with all these big names. He did, for example, fan art for Kiara. He's the illustrator of Vebe. But as it turns out, nobody was comparing notes, and all of these VTubers waited literal years for their art. And his art doesn't come cheap. We're talking about amounts in the thousands of dollars. So Demi was like, don't commission NeonBeat. He's ghosting yet refusing people's refunds after not doing people's commission after months or even years. And he still accepts more and more work, even if he has a line of people waiting. And then Aruna Reaver also made a post about it. I love NeonBeat so much, and I wish the best for him, but I'm truly disappointed my starting soon. Screen art was promised to be finished before my debut 3 times, and it didn't happen. So I had to come somebody else with fresh fee. I keep receiving false completion deadlines, and now I'm getting no response at all. I just want clear comms. I understand people go through shit. I'm so willing to wait, but it feels like $600 went down the drain. Friends have paid $1,000, $500, hundreds, yet he denied someone's refund even if he never started it. Fortunately, I had an update from him in August, but then after that, nothing. I love his work, but please, hearing that he's still affecting comms yet never finishes others after a year or more is insane. So this person denied the refund through PayPal. This was Demi's sketch that he like never finished. She's been messaging him plenty of time. Whatever happened to the art? Neon has been practically a year, bro. Tons of VTubers, tons and tons of them came out of the woodworks. For him, it was just a laughing matter. This is from 2022. Got any comms more than a year besides me? He says, lol, going 3 years. Yeah, 3 years. Why is he taking more clients? That must mean that he's spending the money before he is actually completing the work. Yeah, ha ha ha. How's the client feeling? Impatient? Like, hey man, it's been 2 years. I'm actually getting children now, Lamau. Children? So this was his Trello waitlist, paid list. This is all the paid people. It's so fucking long. Like, she's still scrolling. Annie TF collage, Yumi, like there's all these big names. Screwchan also made a call out post on him. And Vampy, I also have her call out post in my links. Sayu is in there. Sayu, the voice actor, not our Sayu, our culture. Currently in progress, there's 1, and then completed. That list is a lot shorter. But hey, at least he finished the Cinder VTuber. So and he finished the Sayu, like our friend's art, I guess. What he would do is that he'd finish like a few very high profile VTubers to get clout, and then he'd have like the other VTubers line up to get more comms from him. So this all happened back then. I'm gonna show you guys a few more cut posts, then I'm gonna explain why I'm bringing this again now. So Vampy here spent $1,000 US on this. Never finished her comm. Flat coloring here, as you can see. This is I don't know if this is outlined. I don't really know that much. She commed him in July 2023. And she made that post in 2025, so like 2 years after. Screwchan, what would you do if an artist you commissioned for $1,000 scams you and never finishes their work despite giving them more than a year time to do it? And even if you manage to talk to them, they just keep gaslighting you that they'll finish it tonight, but the night never happens. It's wild. Disgusting, right, Centauri-chan? Centauri-chan actually like works so fast. It wouldn't happen with her. So the reason why I'm bringing this up now again is because Yoklesh has made another post on him. She QRT'd this post saying, what's the longest time you had to wait for something? And then she QRT'd saying, commission from NeonBeat, it's been 4 years! Bro, in that video that Demi showed, I'm pretty sure she's there. Like, her comm is there. Yoklesh. That's probably the same comm, by the way. If she's been waiting 4 years. That was in 2024, and this is 2 years later, 2026. So yeah, it's that same calm. There's no way it takes you that long to draw, brother. Is he like making his own paint? Is he making his paintbrush like hair by hair? Artist world needs to get used to proper contractual obligation complete with warranties and refunds / damage details and legal reprimand. I can't be pressured with a deadline is just shit excuse. I mean, TBH, if you're just like approaching the 90-day window in PayPal, you should just like charge back. But the thing is, like, this is like, they're my friend, they're my friend's friend, then it gets more complicated. It's always a VTuber artist that scam VTubers. As an artist, seeing these incidents where artists don't deliver or do basic customer service gives me psychic damage. Yeah, there's just no excuse to having somebody wait that long. I agree. That is way too long. And also, that's why I know that not a lot of people... Hey, Greg, I know that not a lot of people, like, operate that way, but I don't like paying somebody full and upfront. Not because I don't trust them, but of course there's, you know, I think the best way to go about it is, and Japanese artists do this the best, like, it's you pay 50, I like to pay 50% before, 50% when it's completed, or just later. Japanese artists never ask you to pay in advance. Sometimes they make you plan for 3 payments. Or I'm working with this artist right now. I'm like, I wanted to pay him in advance. He was like, no, first you need to approve the sketch. Then he sent me a sketch. I approved it. I was like, okay, so do you want me to send you a payment? He was like, no, not yet. I'm like, okay. Then he sent me another sketch that's like fully colored. And he's like, how about this? Can I proceed? I'm like, yeah. So anyway, I'm just waiting for him to tell me when he wants me to pay him. I think he's going to finish the clown before that happens at this point. But it's just that I feel like people, if you pay them in advance, then they don't have the drive to finish your work. Like they're like, oh, I got the money. It's kind of like buying something on credit card. Then they don't have the drive to finish it. People need a little bit of grit, you know, to motivate them. So, and I've noticed that even with everybody that I hire a lot of freelancers. A lot of the time, if you pay the full amount in advance, they're gonna be slower than the ones that are like, the other ones are like, I need this money to buy XYZ, so I need to finish this project soon if I want to get paid. And yeah, some artists will give you the finished product heavily watermarked so you can see the product before you pay. Yeah, but then, you know, for these artists, what would suck is that the client can also scam them. Like they could have went through the whole process of finishing the entire thing. If they didn't get a down payment, then the client can arrive at the very last step of the project and be like, oh, you know what, I changed my mind. Actually, my car broke down, so I can't pay you, sorry. And then you just spent like 2 months working on it. So really, I think like the best deal and the fairest way to proceed is 50% before, 50% after. Everybody walks away happy. As for like the freelancers that you hire on a weekly basis or a monthly basis, like the people that are like almost your employee or part of your team, then that's whatever, because you trust each other, you have an established business relationship. It's different. At this point, all VTubers should learn Japanese to do business with Japanese artists. And there's plenty of tools now. A lot of them speak English too. I roleplay as a professional Renaissance master with a reputation to upkeep even at a loss. Do you know about the Medici? Bro, I need to become like rich as fuck so I can become like the VTuber Medici and I can just be like become a patron of art and like hire a bunch of artists. Really? Living ways? There's actually a case for this when it comes to sports. Some athletes become lazy after they gain big contract, or at least some look that way. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense. Yoshi tweeted, I was so patient with Neon, I considered him a homie. I gave him the benefit of the doubt, but he gave up. He broke his promise. He doesn't have a job. He's living from his family's and friends' money. And his manager doesn't know anything either except that exact info. So everyone who was still waiting for their commission until now won't get it back. Hey there, redacted name, I hope you're well. Are there any news on Neon? So I suppose she's speaking to the manager here. Hello, he still has zero money to pay anyone. I don't know whether you believe me or not, but that's the only news update I have. I've heard rumors he's back with alts and doing comms and getting money, etc. None of this is true, but again, I have no way to prove it, and it's just my word. What is my guy doing all day? Is he working at all? Is he living under a bridge? What's going on? Depression maxing. begging fam and friends for help selling stuff. He did try to work the first year of his cancellation because I guess he got, you know, cancelled with the call out for 2 years ago. And he finished a lot of pieces, but it was too much pressure. I think he gave up. He just wants to... I'm gonna reduce my bottle. He just wants to pay off people when he can make money again. Most of the pieces he finished in 2024, people didn't even post them. Maybe it seems like he didn't even try at all, and then everyone kept pressuring for their own piece at the same time with lawyer threats and whatnot, while also rejecting sketches, etc. So end of 2024, I think he stopped trying, so many of those comms left like 80% or 50% done. He did get evicted once for not being able to pay. So almost under a bridge for a while. Is he not looking for a job at all? It sounds like he's not doing anything other than living off his family or friends. It's been a year since. Yes, that's more a bit less. Obi Caddy in the reply saying, Mood girl, it's been years. I gave up waiting or thinking I'd be getting money back. Yenko also saying 3 years waiting too. Holy man, it's been 4 years. This guy got so much free money that he just pieced out with. Then there's also Noramin, who tweeted recently following Yochi's post. 4 years is crazy. I had an artist disappear for 6 months and I did a chargeback. Can you do that after 6 months? Because you'd be past the 3 months window. But maybe they still let you because you had a valid reason. That'd be cool. NeonBeats was one of the only peeps at Twitch I allowed myself to subscribe to support his work. I admired him too much and aspired my art to be like his one day. To see someone I supported with everything I had in the moment turn into this is just pathetic to see. Damn, she's like, pathetic. It boils my blood to see such talent go to waste by scamming hundreds of hardworking people. Does this dude know how grateful he should have been in a place to be able to charge over 800 USD per art piece? Dude, that is so true. Imagine all of the artists that would have killed to be in his position, that would have worked day and night to be able to get paid to commission all of these like big names VTubers, to have their names and their art attached to fan arts of them and to have them published on their profile. Like, if I was an artist and I saw this, it would be disheartening as fuck. Seeing somebody like him rewarded like this and then just totally given up. Yeah, getting a good price for your art and just saying like, nah, too much work, bye, is crazy. Hey, Halref. Yeah, even with that, I managed to gather for an okay-ish economy while spending on Vtuber merch. Oh, you're spending on Vtuber merch. You're a high roller. No, I mean that means you're managing your money pretty well. Because Vtuber merch is so expensive now. How you get broke with content 3-digit constantly shaking my head. That's also my question. Because that was... How many comms was that? Wasn't that like 20 comms? If they're all priced at like $500... Okay, how much is that, chat? I can't do math. 500 times 20. Wait, I want to count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49. It was 49 comms that are paid for. That was way more than I expected. Jesus Christ. There's a reason why artists close comms, is to avoid this. So that's $24,500. That's if all of these art pieces are priced at $500, and we know that some of them were $1,000. What happened? How are you broke having all of this money? Like, did he have a fentanyl addiction? Like, what's going on? That's a new car, yeah. Gacha player, gambling addiction. Yeah, you can't just see this. This is criminal fraud. They'd have to like all band together. I mean, maybe this is the main channel video. That's more than some people make in a year. Anyway, so she goes on to say, building a good enough reputation on the internet to become such an inspiration to a lot of aspiring artists. And it's not only Neon. I hate to see talented artists charging thousands of dollars to then not deliver anything to their clients for months and months, sometimes even years. These artists have the opportunity to make a living off their drawings, and then suddenly they just decide to be irresponsible, while also some of them using AI to assist their work. Mrs. 2's case. Wait, Mrs. 2 was the one I covered. Mrs. 2 was the one that said that the mafia was after her. The cartel was after her, but she didn't have time to work on her drawing commissions because she was also taking care of an orphanage, and she was also teaching while running away from the cartel. And also because she had to pay her parents $100,000 debts, but also at the same time her parents owned like a big house or two. Another crazy story. It's on my main channel video. YouTube demonetized this video, so it's killed its reach. I probably could have done a little bit better job at like storytelling this video. I think I'm a little bit better now, but anyway, it's still a good story. It sounds perfectly legit. I know. Anyway, she says, I'm just so angry at the situation. So sorry for the rant. I hope every client out there gets their OCs treated like kings by every artist they commission out there. I just can't imagine the frustration paying so much for a piece by an artist you like so much, only for your art piece never being completed or started in the first place. Okay guys, many people seem to use my post as an opportunity to shit on artists in general or say things like that's the reason why people should use AI. So Yoshi, I mean, that's the problem when artists behave badly like this, is that it creates this counter effect that hurts the entire art community, where people are just gonna be like, well, artists are unreliable and they're untitled, and so I'm just gonna use AI. And that kind of like, because of a few bad apples, then everybody gets hurt by that. So then she says, no, I'm an artist myself. However, the difference is that I know my capabilities. I know how to run my art business and communicate with my clients to keep them updated regularly. And I know when not to take in new commissions because I keep a schedule, as every professional artist or freelancer in general should. And if you feel like you can't do it all by yourself, then it might be worth looking into a schedule manager who will help you. And no, I don't support Gen AI in any way and despise it with all my heart. I generally just want to believe that people who justify Gen AI in any way just have no idea of why it's bad for the industry and why it's bad for the consumer. That's a whole other can of worms that I honestly don't feel like opening up right now. There are enough sources of information out there on that, and if you love and respect art, photography, animation, and want to support artists, you should do your research and stop accepting AI slop as an alternative. So yeah, that's the story of the NeonBeats saga continuing. There's been some other like art drama with this. It's like the classic case of artist makes fun of somebody else or like tries to brag, and then somebody else calls them out being like, hey, but you never finished my commission, it's been a year. And because I clicked on one of their posts, then that's all I started seeing on my timeline. So Creams responded to Elochi VT saying huggies, and then this person just responded, please just do my art or refund me at this point, Cream. And then she added, oh, $800 and no updates for 2 years is insane. And to sit in my DMs or on the TL and call out other people for doing awful shit, insanity. Being pressured by them after they swore that they stopped guilt-tripping people, please feel free to DM me or submit a Discord ticket if you want your story out there. Anonymous is okay. So this just Owen comes with huge waitlist. She has guilted people into calming her, donating to her, crossed boundaries and broken Discord rules by being pushy and manipulative in general. We'll keep you updated. She pressured her clients. This other person added, I'm seeing an uptick of artists just straight up not following through with professional obligations. For context, this artist has a backlog of 2 years. I feel like this needs to be reiterated, but being a good artist does not make you a good business person. Holy! Some of you definitely need to learn how to run a business or operate as self-employed before ever thinking about opening comms. Just because you are using a middleman service like Vgen doesn't mean you aren't beholden to legal standards for how you operate. Simply being disorganized can land you in a bunch of hot water. Artists need to remember that there's a culture of leniency being self-employed, in that you set the rules for how you operate and clients tend to be pretty forgiving. This does not somehow absolve you of legal boundaries though. You have the privilege of being able to dictate the relationship with your client. Don't abuse that. The practical reality is that art comms tend to be too small to pursue any kind of litigation and are typically resolved via a platform solution like chargebacks dispute. It's almost never worth it to pursue legal action via things like civil small claims, but make no mistake, you'd absolutely open to legal scrutiny by screwing around like this. Hypothetically, if someone decided for whatever reason to pursue legal action due to a misrepresented timeline of your work turnaround time, if you can't disprove you didn't do it with fraudulent intent, that case wouldn't be in your favor at all. Taking commissions with no realistic plan to deliver is in fact getting heavy into what's essentially wire fraud. Intent doesn't matter if you aren't doing your due diligence to ensure you're doing things above board. Artists, codify your turnaround time in your terms of services. Do not vaguely say I'll update you when I can, but I'll try for XYZ or anything even remotely close. You may think this gives you lenience since you have no real guidelines to follow, but it could also be used as evidence that you have no realistic intent to deliver if you keep it loose. A risky yet sustainable, if done correctly, model is to take many calms in advance to secure income for yourself now. You keep a large buffer of time that you fill with upcoming commissions, while the income given ahead of time keeps you afloat. Basically, you lump sum things to reduce to overhead of needing to take frequent commissions with short turnaround times if you need a more substantial cash flow. I don't know if I agree with this person workflow thing. I mean, I feel like well, first of all, you probably should try to have like a cushion to fall back onto. Because when you're a freelancer, if something happens to your wrist or you get an accident, you're fucked if you're living paycheck to paycheck. I mean, obviously sometimes you can't help it, right? But if you're getting a steady flow of commissions, then you probably can set some aside. Or you put people on a wait list, and when, you know, maybe you do them by batch of 10, but I'd only make them pay when you're close to starting their comm, otherwise they're gonna be waiting forever. Because for a client, the comm starts once they're paying. And then, okay, there was this crazy discussion that started where, because of Cream, who had this 2-year-long commission waitlist, this person said, please never commission me if you are so impatient that you'll do a PayPal chargeback if it's not done in a week. Art takes time and actually a ton of mental energy, and I feel like no one talks about. It's not some simple task, but a process of multiple choices and decisions. Yeah, man. Oh my god, is the dress that I'm going to have to draw like gonna be like purple or pink, or should I do a high heel here or flat? Like, which hairstyle should she have? Like, there's so many decisions. I don't know how I'm gonna make it through. It's so silly. It's so silly because there's tons of creative jobs that operate on an industry level. Like, if you took every single creative jobs, yes, you do have a lot of decisions to make. Like, I've been in a lot of creative jobs, and what college teaches you, or just like, you know, experience teaches you, is that there's a way to kind of trigger your creativity. And usually, I mean, it starts with a routine, it starts with process, it starts with organization, with you know, if you don't have any ideas, you go look for inspiration, you do mood boards, you do tests. But like, yeah, it's a lot of mental work. Yeah, you just don't get it, Rima. I know, it's like, yeah, it's a lot of mental work, a lot of decisions, but you gotta do it. That's the job you chose. And, like, think about like a fashion designer that's doing like a show for Prada. They also have to take a bunch of creative decisions all the time. There's no fucking way that they're gonna be behind on schedule. Like, once the runway is debuting, they're already working on the next collection, by the way. Prada ain't gonna be late in retail stores because you're like, I'm an artist and I can't decide right now. I need to be in the right flow of mind. Talented people have more ways to trigger the quote-unquote flow state, and I think a lot of successful people in life, their success not only comes down to like the intensity of their flow state, but how easily they can get into that flow state. So and I don't know if this post is rage bait, because they're also QRTing this person who's explaining what they've been through with that artist Cream, saying, I commissioned Cream a week ago for a summer art piece. They never mentioned a long queue or any queue at all. In DMs, I sometimes felt like they were trying to milk money out of me while they waited for my comm. When I finally did comm them, I found out a week later they have a massive queue of work that sits unfinished, and that queue is 2 years long. So that person won't get their artwork for another 2 years. They are so communicative and sweet at first and drop off the face of the earth $200 in limbo now. I also heard that they're a minor and my account is specifically like miners DNI, so that's great. Update, I had to escalate to claim through PayPal, unlikely to see money anytime soon. Happy birthday to me. I was today years old when I heard of this idea, but posted on how you can routine yourself into it. Yeah, I mean, I've been like doing some research on productivity and stuff, and apparently like that's why I've been trying to establish a routine, because all the experts say that it's about routine at the end of the day. And it sucks because I'm like super chaotic and disorganized and I hate routine, but the way it works is that when you're about to do a task, your brain will probably push back on it because you're gonna find a bunch of reasons not to get to it. Like maybe it's you're not confident enough, maybe you're tired, etc. But the idea with a routine is that you're training your body to react before your mind does. So before you even have the time to think, oh, should I get started on this or not, or should I do this instead, your body's already moving towards it. And then also the other reason why routine is good is it's like the opposite of like doing something good repeatedly. If you establish a routine, okay, sorry, I'm gonna restart this. If you do one day when you're organized and then the next day you don't have a schedule, and then maybe 2 weeks later you're like, okay, I'm back on schedule now, you're not gonna see the benefits of it. It's kind of like if you go out drinking once in a while, you're not gonna see the negative effects of it. But if you start drinking every day, then you're gonna start seeing the negative effects of it. So it kind of goes the same way for positive stuff too. If you're like, you have a good organized schedule every single day, then you're gonna start reaping the benefits of it after a while. So I'm still waiting to reap the benefits of my good schedule, by the way. Kindred spirits, Rima. Thank you, Sarah. So it's like streaming? Yeah, I mean, that's why I'm trying to work on a schedule now. Ah, wait, Century Chat, you just made it! Oh my god, it's us! We're so cute here! We're Medicis! We're in the Renaissance! We're in the Renaissance and we're reading about 500 unfinished Yay! Oh my god, asking when this was up. Okay, listen, I will have the schedule up soon. Today or tomorrow. But I will have a schedule. Where's the schedule? Listen, I'm planning at least 2... How many streams of Vampire the Masquerade do I need? I love this, by the way. I love our outfits and I love our expressions. We're so cute. We're so cute together. Hey, you! Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell button. And I'll see you in the next video.